Ooh. Um, as you can see, my camera setup is a bit different than what it used to be. Because let's just say I've been deprived of that device that I've been using for these videos, for these movie reviews. Hashtag unemployment. Anyways, if Weapons was my best cinema experience in 2025, Hokum would probably be the one for 2026. As you know, I really enjoy watching like horror and thriller movies, but especially the ones that makes you like really enjoy the movie instead of just like being scared, or just like the whole point of the movie of just to make you scared, to just make you scream. But this one, it has like sort of like a storytelling kind of storytelling. Basically, there's like a storyline that you can follow and it makes sense, and it's just a joy to watch everything, even though it's just like it's basically a horror movie with like demons and jump scares and whatnot. So I pretty much go into Hokum, going to watch into the movie pretty much not knowing anything. Like I've just seen the trailer, I think like once or twice before I finally decided to go watch it, and I didn't have much expectations, and I don't really know what the synopsis is for the movie. So basically, this movie is about this guy, Om. His name is Om. Not, it's OHM. Om. So this guy, he's an author, and he usually writes very grim stories. His books, the characters in his books always end up having like quite like grim or bleak ending for the characters. And then he himself is very what do you call that, he's not what's the opposite of optimistic, what's the opposite of positive, what's the opposite of cheerful and joy? He's basically that. He's the opposite of all of those things. So he went to Ireland, which is a place at a place where his parents went for their honeymoon, to discard their ashes. So both of his parents are dead, and apparently they died. His mom was shot in the face, and then his dad, because of the death, he became like sick, he became violent, he became like not himself. So eventually he succumbs to that. And then it just so happens that the person that shot his mom in the face was Om himself. When he was a kid, he accidentally like pulled the trigger on his father's gun because he was playing with it when he was told not to. So he accidentally kills his mom with that gun. Yeah, fun stuff. So as he went to Ireland to discard the ashes, he met several people there. He sort of like became acquaintance with the staff at the hotel. But then after like spending the night like talking with the bartender, Fiona is the bartender, like they talk together. And then there's Albie is the bellboy. So they spend the night like kind of talking, although almost being kind of rude. He was basically like a very rude man who doesn't care about what people think, who doesn't care about people's feelings. So he was basically treating those people like not very well. And then after spending the time with the bartender, like talking, and then when the bar closes, Fiona was cleaning up stuff, and he found Om stuff on the table that he left. So she went up to go to his room to send the stuff to him, but he didn't answer the door. So Fiona asked Albie to open the door for them because she felt uneasy. She felt like something's going on. She felt like something's not right. So when they finally opened the door, they found like hanging himself from the ceiling. So he tries to kill himself, but Fiona and Albie saves him. So when he wakes up from the hospital, he recovered from the suicide attempt. He went back to the hotel to retrieve his stuff, and then he found out that that Fiona was the one who saved him. So when he tries to find her to basically say thank you, he found out that Fiona went missing like not long after the incident. And then coincidentally, it was the end of the season, so the hotel closes for business throughout the end of the season because basically they're not in business anymore. So all the staff are leaving, and at that point, as came to recover his things, there was only one staff, Mal. And then Mel told him about Fiona and all the stuff. And then doesn't feel very good about it because he felt guilty that he thought somehow Fiona went missing. It has something to do with him. I guess that's what I assume. So he, with the help of like a homeless man he found in the forest named Jerry, they try to find out what happened to Fiona, because apparently Jerry is like a good friend of Fiona because they talk sometimes. So they wait until all the staff leave the hospital, and then they try to go inside to find her because according to Jerry, he felt that Fiona is stuck in the hotel, specifically in the honeymoon suite, which they closes off. Like the hotel people, like only one specific person has the key to this honeymoon suite, and like no one else is allowed because there's a folklore of, they're saying that a witch lives in the honeymoon suite, so people can't just go in and out of there. And then somehow Jerry said he saw Fiona, like he felt like Fiona is trying to tell him that she's inside. So that's what they did. They wait for everyone to leave so that they can go inside and try to find Fiona in the honeymoon suite. But somehow Jerry couldn't make it to the suite. Only made it. But then he got stuck in there because Mal. Oh my god, it's so difficult to like tell everything without having to tell everything. So basically, when he went to the honeymoon suite, he was just looking into the room and everything, and he couldn't find anything other than it being an old room. So he was just looking around, trying to find stuff. And then eventually, like, Mal comes up, and he was like, "What are you doing here? We need to go out. Like, you can't be seen here. Like, I'm gonna have to report you for trespassing because you can't get past this room or whatever." And he was insisting that you need to go out. And then almost like he was still like very curious what happened, and I think he believes that Fiona is in there somehow. And then as they were going out, found like a dumb waiter. Is that what they call it? A dumb waiter, like the lift that they used to send like food from the kitchen straight to the room. A dumb waiter, I think that's what they call it. And he was like, "What's in here?" And then Mel was like, "There's nothing there. It's just a basement. There's nothing. Like, even if you go, you can't find anything. No, let's go out. But then almost like insisting that he needs to see what's down there. So he presses the button. As soon as he presses the button, Mal runs out in panic. And then when the dumb waiter lift comes up, Fiona is in there, dead, in her like Halloween costume, and it was so freaky. So it turns out that The night after Om tries to himself, he was at the hospital, and the following night was a Halloween party night. So every one of the staff like were wearing costumes and everything, and Fiona was wearing like an animal costume. I think it was a rabbit or something. I don't know. It looks kind of weird. And then Fiona was just like working with Mal, and then she felt somehow like guilty or like trouble about and then Mal was like, yeah, he'll be fine. Just drink this tea while it's so warm. Casually, like offering someone tea while they're working, but Fiona trusts Mel, so she drank the whole thing, and then she passes out, and then Mel brought her up to the honeymoon suite, and then he put her into the dumb waiter, and then he sent her down with no way of her to come up again. So she's basically stuck in the dumb waiter, and she was sent down to the basement, and there's no way for her to like come back up. Like she can't climb or anything. There's no button for her to press, so she's basically stuck there. And then so yeah, apparently Mal did that to her because he got her pregnant, even though he has a wife and a child, I guess, and he's scared of his father-in-law, so he don't know what's gonna happen to him. So he tries to bury the evidence by killing Fiona. I guess that's what you do when you make a mistake. I guess you make more mistakes, like bigger ones. I don't know. So yeah, basically the whole story revolves around that, and then the folklore about the witch and of Om trying to find his way out of that honeymoon suite, and him going down there. Like it's a whole thing. I don't want to tell you everything about it, but that's basically what happened. But then what's fun, I'm not gonna continue on telling you what's gonna happen next. But then what's fun about this movie is that it has like such lovable characters for a horror movie. Like there was some light-hearted moments because of the characters, because I don't know if this is like very common, but I feel like when I like commonly in horror movies, they try to make everything as grim as possible, as dark as possible, so all of the characters are not gonna be fun. They're all mostly like very serious, but this ones you can tell they're like normal human beings. They're fun, they're lovable, they're like someone you're gonna root for, except for Om is like it's like a different situation, because he started off as a rude man because he's very pessimistic. He's not, obviously he tries to kill himself, so he doesn't see the world as others does. But as time goes on, and when he finds out about Fiona saving him, he felt guilty, so he tries to help to find out what happened to her. And then he meets Jerry, who is very helpful as well. Jerry, even though he's like, people like ostracize him, like saying that he's homeless, he's like a bad influence or anything, but then Jerry is actually a really nice person. So Om eventually starts to become better person himself, and it also affects in his writing. He doesn't make like grim ending for his characters anymore. So like that's what I find, like even the person that you think was the villain from the beginning, like you can sense that he has a very bad aura about him. He ends up being the person who saves Om as well in the end, which was fun. Like I like that about that, this kind of horror movie that has, like the point of the movie is not just to make people to be scared. There's like other things as well. And also another thing that I like about Hokum is that the storyline is very to me, I think it's very straightforward. Like you can see like the A to Z progress of the whole movie, right? You can understand the storyline from the beginning until the end. I was when watching the trailer, I think Neon. It was this movie is like under Neon, and I think it's the same one for Long Legs. And I was expecting it to be some quite similar to Long Legs, although Long Legs is like a different kind of enjoyment watching it. I think it's a good movie, but it's a very different style from what Hokum is, I think, because Long Legs, I think, is more something that doesn't have a clear ending. You need to like interpret everything that's going on in the movie. Like everything is a symbol, everything is like everything has a deeper meaning, so you have to make your own interpretations of it. And it's all about the cinematography, the visual, the colors, all of that has meanings, and it gets kind of tiring to like finding meanings in all of these things. But for Hokum, everything is quite straightforward. You know, I guess there's some visual cues, visual clues and all those kind of stuff, but the storyline itself is quite straightforward. You will understand everything, you know what's going on, and I love that about this movie. And I'm just gonna say, like, the honeymoon suite sequence was very stressful, because like I basically it was very hard for me to like open my eyes throughout the scene, because like, oh my god, there was so many like jump scares. Like anything can come up like at any second, and like you can feel yourself, like imagine being stuck in a room, in a haunted room, in a place that you're not familiar with, and trying to find a place out with a corpse in the room, like a corpse sitting in a room with you. Oh my god, it's so stressful. Like I can't, like, watching, and it's like a whole sequence. Like there was no like cut to like another scene or anything. It's like the whole thing of him. Oh my god. Anyways, okay, so like I mentioned, he killed his mom. He accidentally killed his mom, and from the very beginning of the movie, you can see like his mom was like, the ghost of his mom is like kind of haunting him. I think most of the jump scares in the movie are from his mom. Like his mom scares him a lot. And but then towards the end of the movie, when he finally accepts his guilt, he accepts the fact that he did a mistake, and he forgives himself. And at that time, his mom, the ghost of his mom, comes in a lovable and humane form. The ghost of his mom is suddenly like a mom. So I think the fact that he was haunted by her is actually he was haunted by the guilt. He felt that maybe his mom hates him because, I mean, like, yeah, you killed your mom, but it was an accident. So I think from the very beginning, he felt like his mom has some kind of grudge against him, like a feeling of revenge. That's why she was haunting him. But when he finally accepts about it, he accepts that it was a mistake. He accepts that he was just a kid. So his mom appears like his mom, like a normal mom, and she was just encouraging him to, like, you can get out of this kind of stuff. So that's really nice for a horror movie. That's really nice. But then I can't lie though, some of the things that the things that appear in the movie, like the ghost or the creepy stuff, like it haunts me. It sort of haunts me a little bit. Like when I'm in my room at night and I turn off all the lights, and I kind of think of it for a while. I'm like, oh shit, not now, not here. But like, it was fun. It was fun. So I love that. I think in a conclusion, that I love that it's just not a mere horror story. Like I mentioned, it's not about just making you scared. It's not just about showing you ghost stuff. Be scared, be scared, be scared. It has like a lot of deeper meaning behind it, like forgiving, being appreciative of the people around you, and then being, I don't know, like to let go of the past, those kind of stuff. I think there has to be more meanings behind, but that's what came up at the top of my head right now. So anyways, that was my May movie review. As you can see from the way that I explain about this movie, I love it so much. It was, if I wish that I can just erase my memory of this movie, so that I forget everything about it, so that I can go and watch it again for the first time. It's so good. It's so good for me. I give it a 9 out of 10. Anyways, bye. See you in June.